Hey everyone, so I am hoping to do a quick review of the reboot of Hellraiser that came out in 2022. I have to say that I was worried going into this, and I'd heard about the reboot. I heard how they were going to make, uh, I almost said Leatherface, how they were going to make Pinhead genderless, and worried me a little because Doug Bradley, sorry, had done such a great job of being Pinhead that attempting to sort of recreate this character as being genderless was going to be a huge feat that unfortunately they didn't really pull off. Um, First off, this Pinhead is clearly feminine. It looks like a woman, and it has no personality. It's supposed to be the lead Cenobite. You know, it's supposed to be the most like the most deadly and the most like compulsively violent and the leader of the rest of them. And Doug Bradley was that, but this new Pinhead was just a Cenobite. It was like, I don't know. The tone of the movie was absolutely fantastic. The cinematography was great. The score was awesome, and I bought every second of this. I believed this it feels canon, or it feels like canon, or no, it feels canon. You say canon without like, I'm pretty sure. It feels real. Like it feels like this movie belongs in the Hellraiser universe, other than Pinhead. I just thought Pinhead was just lifeless. Like it had no personality. It was like it's hard, of course, not to sort of like hold new Pinhead up against Doug Bradley's Pinhead. And Doug Bradley just destroys this Pinhead every time. Doug Bradley was commanding and he was intimidating and he sort of had this ethereal sense of sort of like this, I don't know, like he was larger than life. Like he was definitely the Hell Priest. You know what I mean? He was intelligent. He was cunning, and it's like he could see everything coming before it happened because he probably could. And I don't know, so many aspects of this movie were done so right that it just makes the fact that Pinhead was done so wrong that much more disappointing. And I mean, I don't know, they failed trying to make Pinhead genderless too. It's like I said, it's clearly female. And I don't know, just has no personality. Pinhead had no spines. Pinhead wasn't the leader of the band. This Pinhead's a fucking roadie. For some reason, they let the roadie take center stage, and I don't know. This movie was a lot of fun, and I absolutely loved how they did their own thing with the lament configuration and how they allowed it to sort of move and shift into whole new shapes. And I loved how like the blade would come out of it to cut the person. I liked how like the knife was inside of it and would be triggered at one point when you're running your fingers across it. I thought that was amazing too, and I also loved how when they come for you once you are cut as the result of fucking around with the lament configuration, nobody else really knows like what happens with in the back of the van when the van starts to sort of elongate and the people up at the front have no idea that the girl at the back is about to be sucked into hell. I thought that was awesome too. um, I loved how big this film felt. It feels almost sort of regal, like it has a very classical quality to it, which fits into the world of Hellraiser so well that, again, it makes the fact that they dropped the ball with Pinhead that much worse. Like, you want to make it genderless or whatever, fine. Or if you want to have it genderless, but you want to have it leaning towards more of a female genderless, that's fine. But give the fucking thing some personality. Its voice was terrible. It was like this amalgamation of a bunch of other synthesized digital voices all sort of thrown together. And I just didn't buy it. It just felt like everything else. Like the rest of this movie felt genuine, like this movie could have been made 25 years ago when movies didn't suck. But then the digitized voice and the genderless Hellraiser, I mean Pinhead, and he's sort of wimpy, and Pinhead has no balls. Just that was the only thing that really reminded me that this was a modern horror movie, and how, like everything else with modern films, the horror movies have been just as neutered. And that was disappointing because otherwise they did everything right. But man, did they fuck up with Pinhead. Like, did they ever? But yeah, so I'm going to stop there. So thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little over 5 minutes while I discussed the reboot of Hellraiser, and that is Hellraiser 2022. Like always, if you like this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. And yeah, have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.